Hey, it is Evelyn here and welcome to another video. Today I am sharing with you the pages that I completed for February of 2026. Let's take a look inside of my planner so you can see what happened in February. All right. These were my plans for February. A lot of these plans fell through, mainly because I had a lot going on with my family. I have some aging in-law relatives that needed a lot of attention, and I was in the background with my husband trying to assist him with that and his uncle. So it was a lot going on this month. As a result of that, I didn't do the hashtags that I had planned to do. My buddy colors I have listed here, and these are all of my pages that I completed this time. Let's take a look at the statistics right quick. I'm not one to keep up with statistics very much. I don't know how well you can see this because I'm having my camera kind of tilted a certain way. It's not the typical way that I have my camera. I'm going to get through this. Here are my monthly stats. I did 5 buddy colors, and I also colored 12 pages. Most of the pages that I completed were toward the end of the month, and they were more or less pages that were less intricate that I could get finished. And I also enjoyed coloring those pages. I have 3 whips, and I'll show you those whips first before I get into the completed pages. And although I was supposed to be on a no-buy this month, I still bought some things. I officially started my no-buy on March the 1st, okay? There were some items that I had pre-ordered, and also I saw some things on sale that I wanted to get in on. And so I spent a little bit of money. Before I get into sharing with you my completed pages, I want to show you everything that I purchased. I'm not going to flip through or anything. I'm just going to say, here, this is what I purchased, this, that. Okay, let me get those items and I'll be right back. Although I have a list of items here, I thought it would be best to just show you briefly what I purchased. Up first, I have some pencils that I bought from Blick. These are Derwent Pro Color pencils as well as some Color Soft pencils. Mainly these are pencils that I have used a lot or I don't want to actually be without. Blick has their pencils on sale 50% off. So I got the ones that I needed the most. I pre-ordered Johanna Basford's Notes from Nature. I purchased a 12 set of Holbein Artist Colored Pencils from Blick. I purchased a used coloring book from Amazon, $4.44. This Annoying Life. I pre-ordered this coloring book, Coloring Book 2 by Felicia Chiao. I purchased 2 books from Jen Racine from her Etsy shop. I do have this book. I ordered it from Amazon, but I wanted to get her official book from her Etsy shop. And all of her drawings are hand-drawn. I try to support illustrators that do hand-drawn coloring books. So I got this one, and it's spiral bound with very nice paper. And I also got this one from Jen Racine, the Fruit Friend coloring book. I purchased another used coloring book, Fairy Shampoo, which was published in 2015. I learned about this coloring book from Anne Hatsfield. When she showed it and she flipped through it a little bit, not too long ago, I was very interested. And so I'm glad I purchased it. It is used. And I noticed there was a little bit of coloring inside on one page, but not too much that I could not deal with. I bought this from abes.com, I believe, and I really wanted this book, so I got it. I purchased Daydreams from amazon.com. This is by Hannah Carlson. This I purchased used. I can't remember how much it was. I think it's between $7 and $10. Then the second book that I purchased, also from Maria Troll, is Twilight Garden. This cost, I know, about $7. It has a little bit of an imperfection here, but I am okay with that. Other than that, these books are in great condition. It's a little warping here on both of the books, but I can't complain because I got them for a reasonable price. The other item that I purchased was a digital download coloring book from Deborah Muller. And I'll put that up on the screen here. And that's it. Let's get into the completed pages for February 2026. The first couple of books that I have to show you are whips, pages that I worked on but did not complete. Around the World coloring book, and this is illustrated by Dowdell. I guess that's how his name is pronounced. I worked on this page. This portion of the page I did with Staedtler colored pencils, and this portion Tombow markers. So check that out. But I hope to complete this page. I don't have that much more to go. And then I have these couple of pages here that I am looking to work on this month. A whip in Around the World. Another whip that I have to show you is in the Circle of Life coloring book by Mel Pomini. And this is the page. I started this page when I was sitting in my car waiting on someone. And so this is what I did. It was not planned. I just wanted to color in Circle of Life. And this is a page that hopefully I will complete in March. The last whip that I have is in Nature Mandalas, also by Mel Pomini. And this is the page that I started. I was testing out my Holbein pencils here. So I will try to complete this page for March, and it is the next page after the Swans page. On to the completed pages. I have a page that I finally completed in the Antique Dollhouse coloring book, illustrated by Yumiko Tezuka. I completed this room here, and for this whole entire page, I used Polychromos by Faber-Castell. But I colored this room, and I did a color and chat where I talked about peace and how important it is to have in our lives. That is all that I completed in this dollhouse coloring book. This page is called The Classic House, 9 Rooms for Dolls. Oh, I forgot to mention that I also used some gel pen on this page to accentuate the little areas here, here, up in here. That's all I colored in the Antique Dollhouse. Up next, I have something I want to show you in the How to Draw Inky Wonder Worlds. One of the things that I did not do is I didn't include this in my completed pages, probably because it really wasn't much. But I ended up coloring this little area here and this little area. I used, I believe, Star Joy colored pencils, I believe. Yeah. So I didn't count this as a page. I actually forgot to write it down in my planner. I completed a page in This Annoying Family Life, illustrated by Oslo Davis. This is the page. And I used Star Joy colored pencils, the Star Joy Gold. And I also used my black Jelly Roll glaze pen for the musical notes and the hearts here. I had so much fun coloring this page because I was working on trying to do my shadows, as you can see here and around here. I just really enjoyed this page for what it's worth. I really enjoyed it. Now, one of the things you should know, you see a glare on this. That comes from the fixative that I use. The fixative that I've been using is a glossy fixative, and so that's what I used on this page here. I completed a few pages in Fairy Tales and Fantasy by Deborah Muller. I am trying to catch up with the group, so I'm making some progress, but I still have a little bit of a ways to go. The first page that I ever colored in this book is this one. Now, this is the first page as well as the first book that I've ever purchased from Deborah Muller. And I enjoyed coloring this page so much. Here's what I used. I used alcohol markers, my Cali Art alcohol markers. And I also used some gel pen. I used my black Jelly Roll glaze to outline the little, I want to say little castle there, and some white gel pen to outline the clouds. And I also used some Jelly Roll Stardust on the road. This is supposed to be follow the yellow brick road, right? Well, I have a silver brick road with a little bit of gold metallic in between. And there's Toto the dog. I enjoyed coloring this page, but I was kind of nervous because it's my first time ever coloring a page like this. So I think it turned out very nicely. Oh, you may not be able to tell, but Homegirl has pink lips. And I think I did okay with the eyes. You're going to see throughout the book that I have a problem with eyes. That's something I'll have to work on. The next page that I completed in this book is this one. It's called Snow Queen. And I enjoy coloring this. I used colored pencil, the Mondo Llama colored pencils, and I also used some gel pen. I used Stardust, Stardust from Jelly Roll, Sakura. You can't really see the sparkle. There we go. There we go. The snowflakes have sparkles, and the border also has the sparkle on it. So Stardust here, Stardust there, Stardust everywhere. And I love the way the eyes turned out here. But again, I'm struggling with these eyes. You'll see when I show you the other pages. I also have some Stardust on the necklace here. One of the things you should also know is when I use colored pencils, I have my alcohol marker, the blender one. And that's how I get it to look as smooth as it looks. That's the Snow Queen. She is so cute. The next page that I completed, and this is one that was for February. I'm in the coloring group on Facebook. I love how Mary Poppins turned out. Yes, I do. Here's what I used. I used alcohol markers. I used my Prismacolor alcohol markers. And you know what? This is the first page of anything that I've colored that I use those markers. I really enjoyed using the markers. I didn't get too much of, I didn't have any problems. You know how sometimes you get a little bit of a, like that, you see that little line there, but for the most part, I had a good experience with using the markers. I'm very pleased. I'm glad I purchased them. Now, one of the other things that I did, you can see some gold outlining here. I used gold. I think it's like a little fine liner that's in with my Prismacolor markers that I have, the alcohol markers. So I took that and I outlined some things in gold. And I use it here. It's a metallic gold. And you can see where I used it on the buttons and the leaves and her hat here. Yeah. And I also use white gel pen in some areas, as you can see. And I used it on the lips here and on the little drops or circles on the umbrella. Yeah. I did okay with the eyes. I still need some work. Overall, I really enjoyed this picture. It was so much fun. And, oh, I forgot to mention something, the background. I wanted the background to look more like it was raining. I grabbed my Faber-Castell art crayons, or formerly known as gelatos. I think I used an iridescent color. And I put it on here, and I took a little tool to kind of smooth it out. Some areas are not as smooth, but I'm okay with that. And also here, I took alcohol marker and went inside of the cloud here. And that is it for Miss Mary Poppins. The next page that I completed in this book is this page. I love fairy tales. She's just chilling on the grass, just enjoying herself. I use colored pencils, and specifically, I use my pastel tint colored pencils, the Castle Art pencils. And as you can see here, you may not be able to tell, I used two different colors and I layered them on top of her headband and the bow here. I did that. I enjoyed coloring this as well. I use white gel pens there, and also I use my black Jelly Roll glaze pen on the eyebrows and eyelashes, and of course white gel pen there. And again, with the color pencils, I actually used a blender alcohol marker to smooth everything out. And I think it worked fairly nicely, but I need to get me another one because I'm running out of my little alcohol blender marker. And you can notice here, I put black gel pen here, the glaze here. And that is it. I love how this turned out with my pastel tints. The last page that I completed in this book, I'm trying to catch up with the group, is this page. For this page, I used Staedtler Carrot Aqua Whirl. I don't even know how to say the word aqua whirl. Anyway, watercolor color pencils. That's what I used for this page. And also, instead of using water to activate the colored pencils, I use my alcohol marker, the blender alcohol marker. And I think it turned out fairly nicely. I could have used water, but I would have to be very careful with how much water I use on the paper. I'm going to try that eventually. I also used white gel pen. The eyes are struggling here. But overall, I enjoyed coloring this page. And those are all the pages that I colored in Fairy Tales and Fantasy, illustrated by Deborah Muller. I completed a page in Nature Mandalas by Mel Pomini, and this is the page. I call it the Swan page. When I first started coloring this page, all of this, and even some of the leaves here, I used my Caran d'Ache Pablo color pencils for most of all of this internal, inside the circle, even with the swans, the sky. But then I switched over and I started using my Caran d'Ache Luminance colored pencils. I don't have that many of those pencils, but I have enough to do what I did here. And I think it turned out very nicely. The last thing that I used to finish up on this page, you can see the little circles here. The yellow, well, even the yellow here. That is King Art's Glitter Gold gel pen. I don't know if you can see much glitter or anything like that, but that's what's here on the little circles. And Jen, she did the buddy color with me. She said, it looks like little drippings of gold. And the funny thing is, it might look like a colored pencil, but it's not. It's actually a gel pen. And that is how my page turned out. I was very pleased with it. I have two people that also colored this page with me, and I'm going to put their pages up so you can check it out. We have Miss Regina here. I love how she colored her swans. I also love how Miss Regina just sticks with a few colors, and that's what I'm trying to do when I color. I always think about sticking with a few colors because it makes the palette look better for me, to me. With me, when I color, sometimes I be all over the place. I be trying to use so many colors. But Miss Regina helps me to realize that, hey, it doesn't take that many colors to produce a beautiful result. Thank you so much for coloring with me, Miss Regina, with your lovely yellow swans. So adorable. The next person who colored with me is Miss Jen. I wanted to say Spunky Jen, Miss Spunky Jen. She also did black swans, and I love the way she colored her swans. Both of you ladies did a remarkable job with coloring your pages. Thank you so much for coloring with me this month in February, and I look forward to buddy coloring with you in the future. I colored a page in A Million Hugs and Kisses, illustrated by Lou Mayo. And this is the page. I enjoyed coloring this page because I felt like I was in so much control. I was throwing down shadows and doing shading and just doing my thing, making it work, making it do what it do, as the young people say. But yeah, I used colored pencil. And the color pencils that I used here, I used Mondo Lama for most of this illustration. And then down here on the flowers, I used my Amazon basic colored pencils. I had put away those pencils. I stored them away and I was going to give them to my daughter, and I found them. I said, let me give these pencils a run to see how they work. And I really do like those pencils. They worked very well on this illustration for me. I also used some gel pen on the raindrops. And I think the gel pen here is, I believe, Sakura Jelly Roll. I think one of the silver ones. Or is it white? Oh, it's metallic. I think this is silver metallic. Check out Miss Faith Elizabeth's picture. She used Prismacolor. And I love the way she colored her illustration with her pencils. Thank you so much, Faith, for always buddy coloring with me. We go way back. I'm going to tell a little story right here. I don't forget people when I first start doing something. When I first started my channel, somebody was commenting under my video. They were coming at me. And I'm not afraid to come right back at you. You know, I have tough skin. And so I never forget Faith commented under there, and she said, "You're doing a good job. Don't worry about what they're saying." She didn't say it like that word for word, but I don't forget. I never will forget how she welcomed me into the coloring community, and she was saying, asking me, "Can you do this flip through on the coloring book?" And so it kind of introduced me into the community, as well as it helped me to learn about the types of videos I needed to make. But anyway, thank you so much, Miss Faith Elizabeth, for being a long time buddy colorist of mine, and also a good coloring buddy. That's all I colored in A Million Hugs and Kisses. I completed a page in Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, illustrated by Johanna Basford. This is a buddy color with Taku's Coloring Corner. Here's my page. I used Arteza Classic colored pencils, King Arts gel pens, specifically the gold and the silver, I believe, glitter pens, and I used white gel pens. I had a ball coloring this. I just let my imagination run wild. Yeah, I think it turned out very nicely. Check out Taku's picture here. Taku's picture is soft and vibrant. I really like the way she colored this. It turned out so nicely. When I look at your illustration, your finished result, Taku, I'm asking myself, why couldn't I color it this way? You did a beautiful job. Thank you so much for coloring with me. Taku and we did another buddy color in Fairy Tales and Folklore, illustrated by Emily Uberg. This is the page that we decided to color. For my page, I used Tombow dual brush tip markers. And for the background, I used Caran d'Ache Pablo colored pencils. I was trying to do something, but I messed up. I messed up big time, but I think it overall turned out okay. I also used some white gel pen, mainly on the eyeballs here. And that is actually the only place I used gel pens. So check out Miss Taku's picture. Again, with Taku's page, it is soft. I really, really like it. I love how it turned out. And I also noticed that she has lines that she put on her leaves, which makes the leaves pop, as well as the flowers. So great job, Taku. I love the way you colored her. Your eyes look good. Everything looks good. Yeah, it looks good. Thank you so much, Taku, for coloring with me. I look forward to doing some more buddy colors with you in March. That is all we colored in Fairy Tales and Folklore by Emily Uborg. I completed 2 pages from Enchanted Forest by Johanna Basford. This is my project book, and I have some other people working with me on this project. We have a little group on Instagram. If you want to join us, feel free to do so. We colored the title page or the cover page here. I use my Castle Art Harmonious colored pencils to do this. I also used my alcohol marker, which is the clear or blender alcohol marker, to smooth out the pencils. I really enjoyed using these pencils here for this illustration. The only thing that I need to make note of, so you know, that the words here, I did not use the pencils. I had used Pablo pencils, but I decided to reach for the Harmonious pencils that I had just swatched. And I like the way it turned out. Here are the other ladies' pictures up here. I'm going to pop them all on the screen so you can see their pictures. We have Miss Sherry Dinowich. She has her picture. And we have Miss Ann. I have, I believe, Star here, and also Taku. So check out their pictures. Thank you, ladies, for coloring with me. One of the funny things that I experienced on this picture here is when Ann said, she said, I'm covering up these bunnies here. And she did cover them up. Check it out. Did you see that she covered them up? You probably can't tell because she did such a great job with covering them up. It was funny because she said, poof, pow, they're going to be gone. And she made them go away. The next page that we all completed is the nameplate page, or This Book Belongs To page. I used the Star Joy colored pencils, and I used white gel pen. That's what it says. Yeah, I used white gel pen on some of the leaves here. And that was it. I enjoyed coloring this. Oh, I also used white gel pen on the rabbits, the bunny rabbits and the acorns. So I used my Star Joy Gold colored pencils. And also there is an inside joke. And again, Miss Hatfield, she covered the rabbits again. And it's like they are not even there. I think she did such a great job. All right, check out the other ladies' pictures here. We have Sherry's picture, and we also have Miss Ann's picture. And I'm thinking about the names off the top of my head. We have Star's picture here, and we have Taku's picture. I think everybody did a great job. Thank you to you ladies who are working with me on coloring in this book. If you have any questions or comments that you would like to add, please be sure to drop them in the comment section below. Until next time, keep calm and keep coloring. Bye.